I'm going to cut to the chase on this one. I saw in travel news today there's a new budget airline wanting to enter Australia's cutthroat domestic airline market. And I thought, really? I was kind of scratching my head and then I saw the name. Bonza. I mean, is this to be taken seriously? That's what I want to know tonight. Jeffrey Thomas is Editor-in-Chief of Airline Ratings. Jeffrey Thomas, thank you so much for joining us on the show tonight.
It's a pleasure, Brooke. Pleasure.
Yeah, well, as I said, lots of travel news around, but I had to ask you about this one. Bonza, who are they?
Well, yes, you may well ask. Well, Bonza is a new airline that will launch in the first, as far as ticket sales are concerned, first quarter of next year, operationally, second quarter of next year. They are backed by a huge investment group called 777 Partners in the United States. This is a giant investment company. The management team is led by Tim Jordan, who's been in the industry for about 30 years and has set up various low-cost airlines. 777 Partners themselves also are big investors in other low-cost airlines around the world very successfully. And their business model is not going to take on Qantas and Virgin on the Golden Triangle, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. What they're going to do is connect the cities that aren't connected, or connect the cities with regional centres or holiday destinations that are currently not connected. So they're really going to stimulate travel. It's a very interesting concept.
Which makes me think, though, if there's money to be made on connecting kind of unconnected routes, wouldn't Qantas or Virgin have done that already?
Well, that's a very good point. And yes, they are, as we have seen through the pandemic. Qantas has certainly connected more centres. I think they've opened up 45 new routes, which gives you a sense of how many there are out there to be connected. And there's a lot more. But Qantas's business model really is focused on the business traveller. It's focused on Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane. Yes, they do fly lots of other places as well. We all know that. But all their cost structure is built up around the business and premium economy type travel. This airline is going to be an ultra low fare, simple operation like Ryanair in the United Kingdom, or EasyJet or Southwest in the United States. And yes, it's a different sort of business model to that of Qantas and even Jetstar.
And so, in your very expert opinion, do you think they're going to get off the ground? And is it some kind of credible opposition to kind of the other airlines in Australia? Is there room for them?
Look, I believe there is. I certainly think they'll get off the ground, and I do believe they will succeed. Because one of the things that they're going to focus on, as I mentioned, was connecting the dots. Like, for instance, Adelaide to Broome. If you want to go to Adelaide to Broome, you've got to go through Perth or Melbourne or Sydney. And so that sort of a route, for instance, or for instance, Mount Isa to Launceston. The route doesn't exist at the moment. So if you want to go there, you've got to go through Brisbane or Sydney or wherever. So people in Mount Isa who want to go to Launceston, or people in Adelaide who want to go to Broome, all of a sudden they're going to have a non-stop service. And what we find with non-stop services is that it triples the amount of traffic on that particular route. So you generate new traffic that wasn't there before. And with very, very low fares, all of a sudden people say, yeah, I'll go to Broome for the weekend, or I'll go to Launceston for the weekend. That sounds great because it's really cheap. So they will carve out a new niche, and they're going to leave Qantas alone. They're going to leave Virgin alone. Certainly, there'll be competition to Jetstar, and the winners will be the passengers.
Well, that's why as I kind of scratched my head today and felt I was sceptical, I'm going to cheer him on. Don't you worry about that. The consumers, we love when there's more competition, and we love to be flying to all sorts of wonderful parts of this country, that's for sure. Jeffrey Thomas, Editor-in-Chief of Airline Ratings, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, Brooke.